Hi, welcome to Who Am I Today with Summer D, and today I have a catalog video for you, and I am so sorry that I have not been making videos. We got sent back into those properties again this summer, and it's just something that until me and my sister are done with it, my dad, when he passed away last summer, he left us a will. All right, he left stuff for us, but he left it all undone. So I don't know if any of you can relate to that, but he did not have anything taken care of or finished. And I get some of it. Some of it was his own fault because he never wanted anybody to help him. And a lot of things were rigged, and he didn't want us to know that. So we have found out the hard way about everything being rigged, and that's okay. We've been working through it. But he just didn't have it ready. And this is a lot of property and a lot of stuff. And so my grandparents and my parents kept everything they had from way back, end of the Depression era, right? And so while that is fun and good, and there are lots of cool things coming from it, and I am going to do another home video because there are so many more things in here that I haven't showed you. It's going to be really fun and exciting. But it also was just so much work left on me and my family and on my sister. We didn't know that we were going to do. We had no idea. And we're like, we could have been working on this a long time ago, but here we are. So my sister, she's kind of handling, the money side of things, the executor type things, the phone calls, all of that kind of stuff, the paperwork and all that. Me and my family are handling all the cleaning and the clean out and the properties, which in all honesty, that's what we're good at that. We know how to do that. We're good at that. We could have done the other two, but it probably is easier this way. But it's just so much of it. And so last summer we got overheated. I got overheated, and it was really terrible. And I spent months working through symptoms. And then this summer, God has really helped me. And I haven't got overheated. I'm doing really great with the heat, and it's a good summer, and there's more joy. It's been easier. It's been better in those ways. But there's still so much stuff to do. And we just did an estate sale, which me and my daughter did. My husband helped, but me and my daughter did. Like, we Googled and priced everything in this whole entire house. And there was so much stuff. It took a month and a half. And that's really what I was working on when my video stopped, was that. And it was just taking all of our time. Then we had the sale. We had a clothing sale. And then we cleaned the basement. And now we're back on cleaning up the grounds, because there's like roughly 7 acres, maybe a little over. But if you know anything about properties, if you let them get behind, it's like horrific. So me and Sam have been mowing. We mow every single one of these properties, and he was kind of keeping up the mowing, but the weed eating's behind. And 7 acres of property, keep in mind, fences for all of them, a branch, like a creek. There's so many things to weed eat, not to mention the trees, the plants around the houses, everything. And you just can't, one person, let alone even two, it's very hard to catch up that if you don't live there. And we don't live there. So it takes us a 30-minute drive to get there, 30-minute drive back home. So essentially we're driving an hour a day, and we're doing this when my husband gets off work. And then my car quit, y'all. So I don't have a vehicle right now, which is, it's all good. So my husband's coming to get me, and he has to come back home now to get me and take me over there. And no, we're not going in debt for a vehicle. So eventually things are going to get worked out to where we can do some more. But long story short, we're not doing debt again. I think I kind of explained that in some other videos. It's just not worth it. So this is how we're going to do it for now. But that takes up a little bit more time. So long story short, that's all we've been doing is working. Just working and more working and lots of working. And we have managed to get some of that, what I just said, done. And we're still trying to get the weed eating caught up. We cut the trees the other day. We finally got a chainsaw. And we were able to there were a lot of trees falling. So Sam would saw them and I would load them. And he would saw another one and I would load it. So we did that the other day. And it's actually so much faster when we do tag team it. But if you know anything about land or estate sales, y'all, it takes all your time, and then you just don't have any. So that is where I'm at now. So, and we're right smack in the middle of the summer, and the summer is always the hardest time in a way because it's when everything grows. It's when everything gets behind because everything is growing, right? So last winter is when I started my YouTube videos, and that is when we had our slow period where everything had just kind of stopped growing, and I was able to like be like, okay, I can do something else. So that is what is happening and what is going on. But I'll just stop there because I'm looking 5 minutes in, so we'll just quit talking about that for now. But that is what we're doing, and that is where we have been and what is taking us so long to get our videos. So anyways, but I mean, good news is I'm doing good. I'm doing good this summer. I'm not overheated. I'm handling everything really well. I did get very frustrated after the estate, and it took me about 2 weeks to get over that because it was so awful, and we had really aggressive, snarly people, and it was really bad. And I don't know, it was almost like we were sabotaged or something. I really don't know. I have no idea. It just was weird, and I've done estates and it wasn't normal, so I don't know what happened there. But anyway, it's all good, right? Because we just keep moving forward and keep going. We'll keep going. So eventually we're going to get to the end of all of that, and we're going to move, and it's going to be good, and everything's going to be fabulous. So anyways, we're going to stay positive. But this is the catalog that we're looking at today. And so remember last time I got them mixed up, it was a Montgomery Ward catalog that I was showing you, and I thought it was a Sears, which they look very similar on the front, and they were the same size, and I only had that one Montgomery Ward, and it was stuck in all the other Sears catalogs. But this, I think, is the only spring and summer one I had. It says 1984 spring and summer right there, and so I thought I would go ahead and show it. I do have a lot of fall ones, so those will be coming up, I guess, but this one I thought I'd go ahead and show since we're right smack in the middle of summer, even though I know fall is on everybody's mind because everyone, you know, when school starts back, everybody decides it's fall. I don't know what I mean, I guess we just all need a change, but y'all, it's hot. It's hot outside. I'm wearing my fall shirt though, but it is hot outside. So most days it's a tank top and active wear shorts because it's outside work and it's just warm. And so fall is not... kind of is on my mind, but kind of isn't because of that, because we're just doing so much outside stuff and it's just too hot. But anyway, I'm just going to start out on this first page here. So I'm just going to show you some outfits from the 80s, original, like real outfits from the 80s, because I don't know about y'all, but I get tired of when I look at YouTube videos. I know people try to make their own outfits, right? And which is fine and fun. But sometimes the outfits are not really what was really there. You know what I mean? And so that bugs me a little because sometimes I'm looking for the real deal, the real stuff, and I'm like, where are they? So y'all look at, okay, look at this. This is like a tape player, right? It's not an outfit, it's a tape player, but still, it's kind of cool because it's old. So I just feel like sometimes I want to see what really was happening in that time frame and not what somebody's like making up. So anyways, not that they don't do a good job, because they do, but this is fabulous. She's just like, I guess we're advertising this more home fashion news, so we're advertising this curtain and comforter set in the great outdoors, but a good striped pastel 80s set there. And then let's see what else we have in here. I can't show the whole entire book. It would take an eternity, so I'm just going to try to flip to some of the good stuff. I haven't actually looked at this in a while. Okay, so these shoes, and I think these were for kids, but I feel like they were for adults too. So these were kind of like a really big thing back then. You see the... and there's with the Velcro snaps there and everything. But the style, like the side of the shoe, see, I feel like that was kind of a big thing. Oh, I miss some of the older styles. I miss the older stuff, y'all. That's why my trailer is full of it, because I just love all of the older stuff. I love how it was made. I love the textures. I love the prints. I just love it. And the new stuff just cannot compete. It's just... if you love the modern, I'm so sorry, but I just don't like the modern at all. And I'm bouncing back and forth in the clothing, but even when I pick out modern clothing, it's still modern clothing that's styled almost like a reproduction of something older, right? I don't like the boho-y stuff unless it's Western boho. I don't like the regular boho, you know, like the boutique boho. That's the one I don't like because the materials are usually really thin, like the t-shirt dresses and stuff. I am not a fan of that. Of course, it's okay if someone else is. Okay, look, she's getting ready to exercise in this, y'all. So look out, Lululemon. This is what we had in the not in the 1980s. So, which I mean is pretty fabulous, I think. So, oh yeah, and these. Okay, so this is what you used to go for a walk with, right? Walkman, right there. He's listening, and over there we've got a boom box, which is pretty cool. I actually wish I had one of these. I had some tapes at my grandparents' house and cassette tapes, and we couldn't play any of them because we couldn't get the tape players to work, so that kind of stunk. All right, these are little sets, just little matchy sets here. Cute. They're very cute. And actually, these are kind of in right now, so I've noticed, I was watching a couple of the runways, and the runways are kind of crazy sometimes. I'm like, some stuff they do is like really, but there were some cute stuff on there. There's a lot of color blocking going on for the fall, and then the knee-high boots again. The feathery stuff. I've noticed feathery everything, you know, like poofy feathery coats or feathers on your hat or feathery, like looks like feather duster stuff, you know, right? On your coats, your hat, your shoes, wherever. So so that was interesting. I need to like, okay, I love the little short sets, y'all. Look at the little colors, the little short sets. Those are so cute. I like those. I'm going to have to skip to, okay, see, she has a picture on her shirt. I think I showed my husband one time. I was like, why don't we have pictures on our clothing like this anymore? He said, because you're not a little kid, but she's not a little kid. So, and she's got a picture on her shirt, just want to say. But I need to style my own clothes. Me and my daughter, Paris, has been talking about making her own fashion. And I'm like, that is a perfect idea because I would restyle all of this stuff from the past. Like this bathing suit. Y'all, look at this. I love this bathing suit. This is so cute. And let's see. Do you remember the ones? This one kind of has the little bubble top. But yeah, I really remember stuff like that. I like that one. I haven't been swimming in literally, I can't even tell you. I feel like it's been like 4 years. I don't know. It's been a long time. So it's been a good minute. Okay. I'm looking. I didn't mark the pages this time. I just grabbed the book and I was going to roll with it. But it does take a little bit longer to do it that way. So let's see here. Let me keep moving. I find something. So here's the little, I guess this would have been kind of what their activewear shorts would have looked like, right? These are much cuter than the nylon ones we have today. And it has the little matching shirt. So cool. Much cuter. That's my opinion. I know not everybody shares that opinion, but the activewear today, I only wear it because I have to outside, but I do not like the way it looks at all. It is not my thing. It is void of color and print and pattern. I just don't like it. Okay, here we go. This is something fantastic from the 80s. Look. See all the exercise outfits? That's what we called them, exercise outfits. I guess you would call it activewear, but it reminds me also of Sweating to the Oldies. Does anybody remember that? Sweating to the Oldies with Richard Simmons. My mom used to watch it. I remember when I was younger. And, oh, and this is something we used to wear. This is for people. I know if you're my age or older, you know, but y'all, pantyhose, nylons, We used to always have to have them for church. They went under dresses. They went to work. They went everywhere. Nobody wears these anymore. Do they even sell these anymore? I don't even know. I know they sell tights, but I don't know if they sell like, well, they say tights, but like, you know, nylons. I don't know if they sell those anymore because that's how long it's been since I've looked for them as well. But they did look good. I'm watching a show right now called Major Dad on, and it was supposed to be on Tubi, but then it glitched and I couldn't get it back. So I found it on YouTube where somebody had put it on there. And it's all the 90s fashion, y'all. Every bit of the 90s fashion. I will say, though, they do say that it's a military show, and they say the D word a lot. So I'm not a fan of that at all, but at least they're not taking God's name in vain, which is great. But I prefer that not to be there at all. But I have noticed that they do put that in there quite often. Outside of that, it seems fairly clean. But I guess they feel like in the military you have to have some of it. I don't know. But, okay, the watches. This bathing suit's cute, too. But do y'all remember, where are they? There they are, down there at the bottom. Do you remember the little watches? All the different colors. So that's cute. And, oh, I love this one. Okay, look at these. I love this striped bathing suit right here. This is cool. And then I like that one over there, too. Very cool. One in the middle. Looks like a little dress bathing suit. I look at bathing suits, but I'm like, got nowhere to wear those right now, so I don't really need one. I have one. Haven't used it, but we are talking about going to Splash Country later, so I'm hoping we get to do that because I would really like to go before the season's up. I've been wanting to go for the past 2 years, so I'm hoping that I get to do that with my family. So I guess that these were just a lot of women's outfits. Okay, these are coming back, y'all. These were on the runway. Maybe not this exact style, but culottes. That's what they call them. Those red ones right there, those are on the runway for this fall. So they are making a comeback. At least they're trying to bring them back. So I thought that was interesting as well. I'm looking because all of it's very similar flipping through, so I'm looking for something that's different because a lot of it is similar in clothing. Once again, with this was a big thing in the 80s with the bows at the collar on the blouses, and that one's nice. It's in stripes. I like that one. I struggle with the 80s tops because this one I love because of the stripes, but some of the 80s tops, I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like they're too old, you know, like when I put them on. So I struggle with that particular style, even though I like the nostalgia of them when I see them. But wearing them, I'm just kind of like, you know, I'm not sure. I just got rid of a shirt like this. It was red. You see the ruffles going all down that white shirt? It was lace ruffles and it was bright red and it was super cool. But I found someone, actually after my clothing sale it didn't work, but I did find somebody that loved the vintage that has a store, and she bought the majority of my vintage for way better than what I was even asking for at my clothing sale, which was wonderful. And I had a lot of those blouses, but that's where that one went, was to her in her store. And I'm so excited because it's in a store where people, because I've said this so many times, my area, y'all, it's sad. Like nobody here recognizes anything, and it's so frustrating to me. And all I had to do was go 20 minutes down, well, not for me, but for me it's about an hour down the road. And where she's at, she can sell everything that I pick up, she can sell in her store because the demographics in that area are all about it. And the demographics in my area need work. So anyways, and that's all I'm going to say about that. But I was excited that I did find somebody finally, I was like, that recognized it. And that was like, she's like, you pick out everything. You've got good taste and you pick out everything I would pick out. And this is what we need for the store. And I was like, finally, somebody that recognized. You just don't know how long I've been trying to do that where I'm at. And people just weren't getting it. But these are really fabulous. I loved it. I love this one right here. I love that black trim detail on this jacket. That is really cool. All three of them are nice, but very neat on that. And here is a little example of what the purses look like. There's little handbags. Now this is all Sears, so in 1984, everything I'm showing you is what you would have went to, just like you would go to Belk or JCPenney's or anywhere. This is what you would have went to the store and found in the store, or in this case, ordered out of the catalog, which I miss. Do y'all miss catalogs? I miss catalogs. I miss doing... we used to sit, okay, maybe we didn't order too much out of them unless we just couldn't find it in the store. But I miss, we used to sit at my grandma's because she was the catalog person. She had all the catalogs, and we would pick out the things we would want to buy if we were going shopping, right? It was fun. It's kind of like, it's like when you look at a fashion magazine. I don't know, but we would look through it and we would pick out our favorites and like what we wanted to buy if we were going to the store to shop. I love this little outfit right here. This is cute, and this one's cute. Those are fun. I'm always a sucker for stripes. I love stripes and mixed prints. Oh, and okay, so these, both sides are cute. There's that side. But then this one, okay, the black and whites is what everyone in New York is wearing right now. So everybody, I watched what are people wearing right now in New York? And everything was a lot of black and white, and those mesh like woven shoes. They look like ballet flats, but they're woven, like you can see through them. And or sneakers, right? But they all had on, like, it was either a black top and a white skirt, or it was a all black, or it was all white, or, you know, white pants with a black top. But everything was like very black and white matched, which is a clean classic look. So I thought that was kind of nice too. But and I say I like that, but then I always end up going back to prints and colors, because in the end that always wins. It rules over those just simple. I like some of the simple plain outfits, but I always end up with the prints and colors. So lots of different styles. I'm just looking for the next thing to show you because there's so many. I'm trying to pick the good ones. I don't know, they're all technically good. They're all nostalgia. Look at those. Super cute. So this book is so big. I feel like if you really just sat, you could sit here for a whole hour looking, because everything is, there's so much in it. And I saw the little, this one says the credit card, Sears credit card down here. You would probably need one to order out of this because there's so much stuff in it. But these are the little lacy ones. These are cute. Look at the sash. Okay, this one right here, like the sash dress, that's pretty cool. And then the white one could almost be worn as, like, if you were getting married, like at the courthouse or something. That one's really cute. Or like at a little, you know, like Gatlinburg or something. You could wear that for a wedding dress, I think, anyways. It's cute. And I love these. I love the khaki with the red trim. That one's cute. Very safari. I feel like very cool. So many good things. Okay, and then look in here. The night, like the nightgowns. Okay, y'all, what do you think about these? Is that too far back? Those are kind of cute though. And those are like a little more, I guess you would say, normal looking. Very cute. Okay, these are cute too. These are, you just don't see stuff like that in the store anymore, right? This is what people are calling dresses now, I think. Like this slip dress. It's not, it's a nightgown, but still, it's cute. It is cute. So many good things from the past. I wished we could bring it all back. most of it anyways. Let's see what else we got in here. Okay, we have lots of slips and stuff. So let's get past all of that. Actually, let me show you. This is what slips were in the 80s. And honestly, I don't think you can really find these at the store. I know we were looking for one time and ended up getting it at a thrift store because I think they've just about gotten rid of slips in the store. At least in my area. The only place we have to go for something like that is Belk, I think. You could probably order it on Amazon though. But as far as just things being in the store, some of it I don't see anymore. So, okay. These are cute. Okay, okay, you know when you buy like baby stuff, if you're a mother and you buy baby stuff, like look, the mattresses used to have the prints on them, like the characters on them, which is really cool. And, oh, I love this. I miss kid stuff when it looked like this, y'all. Look, see, that's so cute. Why don't they make kid stuff like that anymore? I love that. And even, oh my goodness, y'all. Oh my goodness. I want one of these right now. Look at this Winnie the Pooh lamp with the balloons. I would so decorate with that right now. That is really, really cute. And the little mobiles, very cute. Everything was so different. Look. All right. Look at this stroller right down here. Look how different that is compared to today's strollers. That's so pretty though. And the high chairs. Can you see them? Nothing at all like today's stuff. Everything had so much more color and style to it, right? This is a car seat. I like the leather one, but these were car seats. They're kind of a little bit more clunkier than what they are now, I guess. So that's interesting. What else do we have? Let's see. Some little kid clothes. I do remember the little girl dresses, so I remember having to, I don't want to say having to wear, maybe we liked them at the time, but we used to wear dresses like this. And, oh yeah, and these, we always had these. Do y'all remember the little hats and purses? We used to pick them out. Ours was always for Easter. That was the time that Mom would take us to the store and we would buy those for Easter. So, those are cute. So cool. And then like, I mean, oh, so cute. Look at this little outfit. And I love the little sailboat shirt with the shorts, but look at her outfit. How cute is that? It looks like they might not be kids, but they look like kids. Little white sneakers. And look, it's even got the visor. It's got a visor with it. And the boys were wearing, okay, so I guess we were advertising Scouts uniforms at the time. Interesting. I didn't know that you could get that in a Sears catalog, so that's new to me. All right. Some of the, like if you were a teen, like a teen guy, these were some of the jackets that you would get. Kind of like, looks like varsity jackets, leather jackets, a lot of color blocking. And that was pretty cool. Okay, now I'm at 28 minutes. Okay. I should probably speed it up. Or I could end the video soon and then just restart another one and have a part 1, part 2, because that could work. There's so many things to look at, though. All right. Ladies' shoes. I remember these. I remember Mom having stuff like this. And I like them, y'all. I would wear these now. I love these. the those. And you can't, you know, I actually was looking, you can't really find that style of shoe. I was looking kind of like for the kitten heel stuff. You can't really find a whole lot of them here lately. I love these. Oh my goodness. I just love this whole like leathery. I love these. These are so cute. All of them. And I love those. And those little bags too. I would wear every single one of these right now if I had them. Not all at one time, but I would definitely wear them. And let's see what else we have here. So like the dress shoes, see the dress shoes were always, it's always like that little, what do you call it? Like peekaboo or whatever that, like the style is of the toe there. They were always kind of like that. At least what I remember, it seemed like that's what my mom always had. So that was interesting. And then we just have lots and lots of shoes. And the little sneakers. Y'all remember these little sneakers? I wish I had these now because these are great with dresses. I love those little sneakers with dresses. And sometimes, like, my sneaker of the summer is that white Skechers Delight shoe I showed you, and I've been wearing those every day because they're comfortable and they're just easy everywhere I go. They match everything, but they're not good with dresses because they're such a big shoe. And I need to find something. I could wear my Nikes with dresses, I don't know, but I feel like I need to find a smaller shoe. Okay, I think these are Converse, but look how they looked. Oh my goodness, the book's getting harder to hold here. Okay, look at the way they look then versus now. So you can see at the bottom, there's like a Converse at the bottom, but this is the same page. I'm pretty for certain they're all Converse, but that's how they used to be. Very interesting. Very cool. All right. And what else do we have? Shoes and more shoes. They definitely had options. Okay, so a little bit of boots. I don't know what the leotard is about. So, well, I guess, yeah, they're advertising like little ballet flats right there. And she's got her little outfit on. And then look at the boots. Those are pretty cute. These books are big, y'all. They're heavy. So, like, once you get so many of the pages turned, it starts getting lopsided. Okay. There's some cute ones in here. All of these are going to be in style for this fall. All these are 80s style boots, but they're all very cute. I think I like all of them, really. I would wear any of them. And I'm a fan of the rain boots. I love the rain boots. Sam called them, he called those duck boots. I never knew them to be called that, but that's what he called these. He called those duck boots. But look at all the different styles. Can you see them? I'm trying to look to see where I'm putting the book in the camera, but I think those are cute. Especially the ones in the middle, like the red and white ones and the yellow and white ones. Super cool. Okay, Adidas, Converse, and this one just says Winter 2. Is that the shoe brand? Winter 2? I don't know. There's a Reebok. But some of the brands that we have now, but what they used to look like. I like the Reebok ones. Oh, and it's like, I think it's pronounced Tratorn. Is that what it's? What is that word? T-R-E. Looks like T-O-R-N, but I don't know. But anyways, those are cool looking. They're cool. And then the shoes that were called Pony. Do y'all remember those? The Pony sneakers. Really cute. Very cool. I like to get all of the sneakers back. Love them. I would probably wear just about every single one of them if I could. Very cool. Honestly though, it doesn't look like the guys' shoes have changed much. Look at the guys' shoes. This does not look like what we have right now. I feel like this is what looks the same. Mostly. So, I don't know. Interesting. Interesting. So much. There's so much to look at. Yeah, I feel like the guys' shoes are very similar. These are, hang on, are these boys' shoes? I can't tell. Some of them I can't tell, but I think these are men's. I think these ones are men's. It just looked like the foot was a little small to me, but those are cute. A lot of leather at this time, I guess. A lot of leather looks and loafer looks. And then if you were going to order from the Sears catalog, you could also order your luggage sets, right? I like this leather one. I remember going into JCPenney's, they had all the luggage in the back of them that you can order, but definitely, I guess, I feel like Sears was like a place for all, right? You could just get anything you wanted there. Just like, maybe not anything, but they had just a lot of everything. Different types of stuff that you could get. So, all right, well. And then we're getting into the men's section. So, men's, it's like men's sleepwear. So if you're a man, this is what your options were in 1984 from Sears. Pretty cool though, right? I mean, I feel like everything was just so much, I don't know, just, they had more details. There was a lot more details than there are now, which I think it should still be that way. It was amazing. All right, and then here's the men's coats. This guy is styling in his leather coat or trench coat. Oh, no, wait. Here's the cool people of the magazine, I suppose. They're styling their leather jackets. They're like, they should have a motorcycle with them. There's one too. All the leather. Very cool. And then members only. Is this members only? Because that looks like a members only. But that wouldn't be right, right? Because this is, I don't know. I can't find, I'm looking down in the words. I can't find some of the, let's see, this is it's number 9. So we look for number 9. But it doesn't say what the brand is. I'm assuming this over here says Shelter Mountain, so maybe that's what it is, but does that not look exactly like a members only jacket right there? But I guess it was like their version of that. Yeah, it's very interesting. Because I guess, I mean, you know, we always have those styles that like try to look like other styles. And then men's kind of active wear. Check this out. Okay, I don't know about y'all. He does look like he's really running there in his outfit. But, okay, I do like the socks, with the stripy socks and all the color blocking. But could you run with that tight on your shoulders? Because I can't even get that to stay on my shoulders on a regular day. Much less like going for a run, right? I don't know how people do that. I've tried and mine just ends up like over here or like choking me. So I don't know. I don't know how people get that to work, but I do think it looks cool. It always looks good. All right. I think that I am going to stop the video here and say bye so that I can restart the video and do a part 2 because this thing is so big. Look, we still have halfway to go. Actually, over halfway. I'm not getting it done so fast, am I? Anyways, I'll stop here and then I will start again on the next one. So as soon as you click off of this, go back and find part 2. I'll put them on back to back, and I will see you on that next one. Bye.